Everyone at the table is shouting that this is a bad idea, which is why I was really surprised when he still decided to transform into a okay, dude. Hey, what's up everybody, it's SkyDieRay and you now have -2 to spinal health. How are you guys doing? Welcome to another DnDGreentext video. Hope you're having a great day today. About the spinal health, if you smash the like button, I'll give you a posture check instead. Straighten up your back and it's all gonna be good. But yeah, with that being said guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. The party acquires its face. Just started DMing to give the old dungeon master a break. Day of the first session. Start the party in a tavern because f*** you. Another boring tavern start, okay. Set the scene for them and handed the reins to a player that told me beforehand they wanted to take a bigger role than they did in the prior campaign. They stammer and stutter so hard that another player introduces themselves for her. After that awkward bit, things go pretty smoothly. Have a little girl in the tavern who wants to be an adventurer pester them so I could prod them to reveal more about their characters. The bar they started in is sort of a meme adventurers guild. I included it so that I could make the joke of we're not quite as official as the guilds in the eastern lands, but we've still got paperwork. Think it would be cute if the little girl wanted to join. Only one member of the party actually tries to dissuade her by trying to trick her into thinking that she's a member of the party while sitting around town. Give them advantage on the deception because it's a literal child. 19. Roll insight for the child just for authenticity. Give them disadvantage because, you know, actual literal child. Straight up, unironically, rolls 2 20s. The table collectively loses their That's all it took for them to accept her. Roll with it and have the little girl declare that she's lead captain adventurer. They allow this, up to the point where they let this child sign their official document. Their first quest was to slay a young dragon, so the little girl decides to name them the Dragon Slayers. Except she can't write, so she just scribbles on the paper and doodles dragon next to it. They are officially known as the Dragon Scribbles now. They actually let this little girl, an NPC, lead the party, and also manage their finances, and also participate in an actual combat. They show no signs of stopping her from fighting a dragon. So that's how I ended up with a DMPC for my first session as a DM. This is Lucy. She has 1 health and -2 to most of her stats. Okay, that's really cute, but I don't know, I really hope it lasts. Because, come on, -2 to most of her stats. I mean, she's an NPC, she has 1 health. Really risky business here. Also, letting her participate in combat from the party, it's like asking for it, I don't know. Either that or they're completely clueless. Hoarding gold and treasure is for unimaginative dragons. Bimmy, young blue dragon. Recently lost my home and my hoard in a hostile takeover from a bigger dragon. All I have left are the scales on my back and a small group of kobold servants. Managed to find an abandoned hill fort that's big enough for me to live in. The kobolds clean it up and I move in. Still no hoard, but it feels like I'm getting a fresh start at least. Fly around the hill for exercise. Is that what dragons do? A party of adventurers spots me. They assume I'm protecting something. They storm the fort. The kobolds stall them until I come back. I subdue the party. I'm about to kill them with a blast of my breath weapon. Wait, hang on. They actually look really cute when they're pleading for their lives. I decide to adopt them. I keep them in the fort's holding cells. I give them all silly nicknames. For example, the sword fighter is Toothpick, the wizard is Handkerchief, and so on. They don't mind. Apparently, those names sound pretty badass in Draconic. My kobolds keep them fed and healthy. A few days later, get some intel on a dungeon that's ripe for delving. It's low level, but difficult to reach by conventional transportation. Get an idea. Gather the adventurers that I adopted. Tell them about the dungeon and offer to take them there and back, in exchange for a cut of the profits. They agree enthusiastically. I fly them to the site the next day and they make short work of the dungeon. Back at the fort, we divide up the treasure and I get my share. My kobolds spend the spoils on supplies to upgrade the fort. Ladder, rinse and repeat. More adventurers attack my lair and I take them in as well. The fort evolves with time. Years pass. I now have hundreds of adventurers in my care, each with a unique nickname. Every day, I fly a party or two out for one quest or another. The hill fort has room enough for everyone and great living conditions. We even have our own in-house tavern. Adventurers now come voluntarily to quote-unquote join my guild. Every night, I go to sleep with a big smile on my face. I now have the best and most valuable hoard that any dragon could ever have. I have a horde of adventurers. Okay, this is a really cool concept. I mean, I don't know, it sounds like it would be really fun to be part of the Dragons Guild. And, well, I guess it would be more fun if you're one of the first to join and then you're a high rank or something, but I guess you could also climb the ranks even if you join later. The party nearly wipes from a dad joke encounter that I stole from this subreddit. Be me, Game Master. Be not me, Rogue, Cleric, Druid, Ranger and Wizard. Party is completely broke. 0 copper between all of them broke. It starts snowing. They make it to a town with an inn. The innkeeper isn't totally heartless, but he has a business to run. I got a huge rat problem in my basement. Take care of it for me and you all can have room and board for the night. Ranger decides he's gonna go talk to the rats. It is one giant rat with a 15-inch cone tail swipe. Just a reskinned winterwolf that steps out of the shadows. Tail swipe recharges every turn. The rogue spends the entire session on his back. The cleric doesn't fare much better. Ranged attackers cowering at the top of the stairs and screaming. Barely avoid losing 2 party members to a joke encounter. My face when I need to come back here and steal more for this campaign. Bard Pancake. Be me, Dungeon Master for a Homebrew 5th edition campaign. We've been playing for about 10 months IRL in this campaign, but this is the first time back in person. The PCs are at 5th level. Be human bards that began the campaign as naive and tentative, but coming into their own. Be the rest of the party. Gnome druid, half-elf monk with boots of flying, human fighter with slippers of spider climb, and a cleric who wasn't a part of this story. Be the enemy. Gnoll chieftain with heads hanging from the belt. Hag and Gnoll bodies are strewn around and the party is pretty beat up. Chief Gnoll is in pretty good shape but sees futility, so he runs away around the corner, heads straight up a tunnel in the ceiling and hides behind a trapdoor 30 feet up, but partly open to watch for the party. Note: some Gnolls have climbing speed in this world. Too bad for him, he's a fairy fire glowing boy. Monk and fighter fly and run up after him. They fight over the trapdoor, but the Gnoll wins the shoving match and latches the door shut. Monk bashes the trapdoor open, but now they are 60 feet below the Gnoll. Fighter smacks 2 arrows into the back of the Gnoll. Ow! The Gnoll slowly looks up to the end of the tunnel a few 100 feet above, then down at the party, and realizes that he won't escape. He releases his claws from the stone and plummets straight down this 5-foot shaft. If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna take as many with me as I can. Monk and fighter make their reflex saves and only take 9 damage. Gnoll is now 30 feet up and falling. The monk and the fighter pummel him. He's still alive, but barely. The gnome druid is directly below the shaft and the bard next to him. Mild-mannered sweet bard tries to convince the druid to take his sword to brace for Gnoll impact. Druid steps to the side. Go ahead. Bard jumps under the Gnoll with the sword pointing straight up. Me. Okay, Bard, you can try to jump out of the way, but if you brace yourself instead, I'll give you an attack roll. Oh, I'm bracing. The Gnoll gets skewered on the sword and goes limp before he hits the ground. Bard Pancake. Everyone holds their breath. The Bard fist pumps up from under the Gnoll. Guess who's still alive? TLDR, completely unnecessary risk creates an epic battle scene in the first game back in person. The sword is now named Kingslayer. Nice, that was nice. Dumbest, most unexpected way to drown. Be me, Game Master. BDMing a 5th edition futuristic space setting campaign. For future reference, you should know that I've let the players basically create an alien race the way they wanted to. One of them creates a cyborg who has an unusual ability, but I won't tell you what it is yet because that would spoil the fun. Players are sent on a mission to recover an artifact deep in the sea of a planet called Profundo. I describe to them that they are thousands of meters deep in a blue crystalline water. One of the fish dudes in the sea elevator tells them to put on a special equipment which would protect them from the pressure of the water and from drowning. They arrive and I describe people happily walking down the streets, special cars moving through the water, and colorful fish everywhere. Cyborg player asks if he could activate his ability. Everyone at the table is shouting that this is a bad idea, which is why I was really surprised when he still decided to transform into a black Volkswagen Beetle. Okay, dude. He deserves to drown. He drowned, right? I hope he did. Jesus Christ. Alright, on that note, if you guys made it this far, I really hope you enjoyed the video, so please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon, I really appreciate it, so thanks a lot for the support given there. Links below if you check that out, and any social media, and join the Discord server or the subreddit. And yeah, that's it, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!